I'll start this. Oh, I think we have 3 different phones going at the same time. How can it tell if it's working?
Doesn't seem like those are working.
Wait. Hold on. This. Oh, I can't tell that's working either. Well, hi Facebook.
Yeah.
Hi people on Facebook. We're like slowly.
Hold on. Let me see if I can figure out.
We have 3 phones up here.
I did it earlier.
What's going on? We have 3 phones going on here, and we're setting up.
Live.
This is the biggest show ever on.
Checking connection. There we go.
Biggest show ever on Gullahorn Happy Hour, and
The
so.
checking connection thing happening. Okay, that looks like that's happening.
Okay, wait. Here's live. Checking connection. Okay. So. Hey, look! I think it says live on all of them.
Oh, that's good. All right.
Okay, so then if you
All right,
go to Andy Facebook.com/Andy Gullahorn Official, which is where you are.
This one right here, right?
Yeah, click on that.
This right here.
Oh yeah, sure.
And
You might be able to share that. So, hey everybody, welcome to the Gullahorn Happy Hour. We're doing some. Please welcome my special guest. I mean, I've had special guests on here before, but it's only been my daughter and my wife. They're very special.
That is very special.
But please welcome my buddy Jason Gray.
Good to be here. Thanks, Mom.
That's so good. Did you find it?
So I'm just trying to figure out what do I connect here?
Okay, so go down. Further down
Further down
here.
here. Okay.
Share. Does that work?
I think so. I think it's about to happen.
So here's the deal. Normally, Gullahorn Happy Hour, I've got my phone set up for Facebook Live. I got another phone set up for Instagram Live. And today, with our special guest, Jason Gray, we've got his phone running Instagram Live as well. Looks like it's kind of at a weird angle, but, whatever. You get the picture.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So, I think it's working.
Were you able to share it?
I think so.
Well,
page to see for sure. Oh yeah, heck yeah, we're doing it.
All right.
We're really doing it.
Yes, it's on. We can't go back now. No turning back. So
thanks for having me.
No, thanks for being on here.
I love watching from my house, and
yeah.
Now I'm watching from your house.
Just make sure you don't drift off the Instagram camera. Like you're.
Sorry.
I want you.
I'm back.
I know it's weird, COVID time, to be this close to each other, but we were heavily tested before I came in here.
I actually have been. I was on a vacation, and they made me test 3 times. So.
Oh, well, there you go.
I'm legit tested.
Well, then I might give it to you. And here at the Gullahorn Happy Hour, we started doing these back in March, like heavy quarantine time. And I was thinking, we'll do these for the next 3 weeks during quarantine. Yeah. And this is officially episode 56 or 57. I can't remember.
Wow.
It's been a long time. And every single one of them has just been me sitting here in front of my camera with my family. And I talked my buddy Jason into coming because...
I might have talked you into me coming, actually.
Well, it doesn't matter. I talked you into it.
Yeah, okay.
But do you remember when we first met? Like, the first time we met was at Atlanta Bread Company. You were going
That's
home
right.
from GMA.
Yeah, Gospel Music Association.
You just won something.
I won one of those Apple Hi-Fi speakers.
Yeah?
That were really cool for about a minute.
I remember.
Yeah. I was very excited.
You still use it?
I still have it, actually. It's large.
Yeah.
But I was a big fan. I lived in Minneapolis at the time, and I had your first record, Old Hat.
Oh gosh.
And then I had the record after that, which I say I'm a big fan. I can't remember the name of it.
Room to Breathe, maybe?
Room to Breathe. Had those records. I was a big fan, so when I met him at the Atlanta Bread Company, I was trying to play it cool, but I was pretty excited to be there. So, and then I insinuated myself into his life to become friends and eventually collaborators. So I'm kind of a first class stalker over here. Is the moral of the story.
First class though.
Yeah.
And we've written a number of songs. I mean, I was making a list of songs like to choose from tonight, and I was like, I think we've probably
There's
written
a lot.
12 songs or something like that. And I looked and it was like 18.
Yeah.
I mean, finished songs.
Finished songs. Yeah.
And there's some good ones that we've started that I
Yeah.
still like, that I think about on occasion. Anyways, we can't remember what the first song was we wrote together, but this one that I'm going to start with was at least one of the
first
early ones.
Yeah.
And
What key are you playing it in?
E.
And are you playing it in your?
Yeah.
I'll probably mess it up. So, but I'll pretend that I'm.
The standards for excellence on the Gullahorn Happy Hour are pretty loose. But I recorded this on one of my records, and you put it on a record too, right? You put it on was it the acoustic?
Acoustic Storytime.
Acoustic Storytime.
And I've always been meaning to go back and record it again. And so, first of all, I got to meet Andy Gullahorn. Then I got to become like a friend, then collaborator, and then one of my songs that I was a part of ended up on his record.
And it sold tens.
Yep.
I just realized.
That's how he bought this guitar. He bought this guitar from all the money that you didn't make from it being on my record.
It was given to me. This guitar was given to me, so that's true. All right. Let's hear it.
But I love this song, and I
Me too.
use it in so many situations.
I usually open with it. When I play it,
Really?
it's my opening song. It kind of creates a hush over the audience.
Well, you'd like to know this. I saw my friend Greg Oliver on Facebook up here on the phone.
Yeah.
And this song is kind of like, he would use this in retreats if he was running.
Oh, wow.
And then one day he was like, oh, maybe I can just email Andy and see if he'd come play it for the retreat rather than playing on a CD player or whatever. Yeah. And I was like, yeah. And so I've been doing every retreat for the last, I don't know how many years.
Very
But Greg Oliver, this song brought us together.
Very cool.
Anyways, here it goes. I know I'd get an answer that I won't understand if I asked you your intentions be made clear. I know your plans are greater, and in that greater plan lie the reasons why you brought me here. This story would be different if it were only mine to write. There are secrets I would never volunteer, but secrets lose their power when they have no place to hide. Maybe that is why you brought me here. Oh, I hope you know what you're doing. You brought me here. It's a mess of my own making, I fully realize, and the consequences shake my heart with fear. If I was happy with the way things were, then I'd put up a fight. Guess I'm grateful that you brought me here. Oh, all I see are the ruins, but oh, as the smoke starts to clear, hey, I trust you know what you're doing. You brought me here. If it's hard to raise a white flag, then it's harder to believe that surrendering is worth a sacrifice. 'Cause the very thing I always feared would be the death of me was a way to come alive. It hurts to be so broken, but it's bearable somehow. As the grounds to prove I'm worthy disappear. I've always heard you love me, and I think I know it now. It's a reason why you brought me here. Oh, love's a reason why you brought me here.
Yeah, that's great.
It's really fun, and we were playing that with you sitting here next to me and thinking, like, if that was one of our first songs we wrote together.
Yeah.
Somebody asked me the other day, like, why we write the kind of songs that we write together, and I was like, well, part of it is just because you're a good friend. Part of it is, like, I just love the conversations that happen when we're in the room together.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like, you know, there's themes, I think, to a lot of the songs that we write together. Yeah. It's very therapeutic, I think. But I just love it. So I'm so glad that you're here.
I'm so glad to be here. Three things about that song, and I'm sure you've had this experience, like, where you write a song and then years down the road you're like, oh, that's what I meant when I wrote that song, you know. And that song is, I remember us writing it and the lines that we wrote, but it seems like it was for a future me. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's more appropriate today than it was back then. Our friend Jeremy Casella says that the songs know what's going on in you before you do. Mm-hmm. And I think that's an example of that. Another thing about that song, and I should also explain to Andy's friends, if you've never seen me before, I do have a speech handicap. It's not just because I'm nervous because I'm hanging out with Andy Gullahorn. Mm-hmm. A little nervous probably. Mm-hmm. I was on the road with another artist and who's a huge fan of you, and we were having our devotion time before the show, and she said, I just want to play you guys a song that just means the world to me, and she played a recording of that song. I was like, you know that I co-wrote that song, right? And she had no idea, and it elevated
You know what's
my status. So
funny about that is I was on the tour bus on a Christmas tour. We did the Christmas tour a couple of years together.
A couple of years, yeah.
But one of those times I was with Case and Cooley, and he was like, you need to listen to this song, and it was
Forgiveness
is a Miracle.
That's so funny.
And I was like, I listened to the whole thing, and I was like, yeah, I've heard this song before. In my own head.
It's pretty good. Yeah, I wrote that one with Andy too. Forgiveness is a Miracle. So I tend to bring. Okay, yeah. Let's see. Before I say that, maybe I should play my next song.
Yeah, let's play. What song you want to start with?
I think I want to do That's How I Ended Up Here, which we played live on the record when I recorded it on my album. Everything Said Is Coming Untrue, and we played it live with him on guitar and me singing, because he's got this beautiful guitar part that I still haven't learned how to play. So that's why I never play it in concert, because I don't know how to play it.
I had to relearn it today because I was like, when I listened to it, I was like, wait, that sounds is not a normal tuning.
Yeah. What is the tuning on this one?
It's C, G, D, G, B, D. That's
why I've been able to figure it out, because it
took me a while to figure it out today. I was like, what in the world is that?
In open C.
Yeah, it's not open C.
So this song came about because I had this I'm kind of an introvert, and I had this moment where I saw this guy walking down the hallway in my church, and he's this guy that would always kind of corner me and talk to me too long and wear me out, and so I ducked into the bathroom, and I stood up on the toilet in the stall so he wouldn't see my feet underneath. I thought I should write a song about this. So I brought this song idea to Andy about being an introvert, and that image didn't end up in the song, but another appropriate image.
I remember when you came in and said, I've got this idea. I was like, oh, awesome. What is it? He said, I want to write a song about when I was on the toilet. And I was like, let's not write that song.
And so that verse didn't make it in,
No,
which is probably for the best.
Yeah, I'm just kind of misleading to say that, but
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, but is it possible that this was the first song I wrote, or it's probably like?
I think the one that you played might be the first.
Good. That's a better first song.
First, yeah. So, but and then a cool thing about this one too is a big hero of mine and of his too is David Wilcox, and we were stuck on verse 2, and I guess you played him the song and said, "Where do I go from here?"
I forgot about that.
And he was the one who said, "Oh, it should be about the lobsters and the rubber bands around their claws," and that's how we figured out where to go in verse 2. So,
I totally forgot about that.
so
That's awesome.
I love that because I'm a huge David Wilcox
Yeah,
fan.
me too.
And like,
He loves lobsters.
yeah, good. All right, let's do it. Might need the
Sorry
words
in advance if I screw this up.
Yes, me too.
Like when did you record this song? That was been the last time I played it.
Probably 2012 probably.
Okay.
You get a pass. There's something I need to confess, at the risk of exposing my faults. But I'm starting to find that most of the time I just don't like people at all. When I saw you 5 minutes ago, I was afraid that you'd talk off my ear, and I panicked inside and decided to hide. That's how I ended up here, crouching behind the live lobster tank, hoping you just pass me by. That's how I ended up here. That's how I ended up here. Oh, how I wish I could say it was my first time to hide in this spot. But with all of the people I try to avoid, I find myself down here a lot. I mean, just look at these guys in the tank with the red rubber bands round their arms. If they don't open up and just keep to themselves, it won't do anyone harm. So I screen my calls, I don't answer the door. Sometimes wish I could disappear. That's how I ended up here. That's how I ended up building a wall so no one could bother me, living my life in isolation, opening up to only those close to me. Nobody's close to me. What have I done? See, I really want to be known, but I'm not quite as strong as the fear that you won't understand the fool that I am. That's how I ended up here. That's how I ended up here. That's how I ended up here. So if you're fans of me and you're watching my thing here, Andy's got a lot of hilarious songs that make you laugh, and then at the last moment kind of take a left turn and kind of punch you in the heart, you know. And I thought, I want to write one of those kind of Andy Gullahorn songs, and so that was my first attempt at that. But
I mean, we talked about lobsters hiding behind the lobster tank.
yeah,
I love it. Thanks for singing that.
Absolutely.
And thanks again for being here.
Thanks
Now,
for writing it with me.
For those of you who haven't been a part of the Gullahorn Happy Hours before, a really important part, I mean, music is part of it, but like a really, really important part is we play games together. And here's what we play on Happy Hour. We play Family Feud. And here's how we play Family Feud. We play Instagram versus Facebook. And right now, since Jason's got his Instagram running, there are more people in Instagram where we're going to use both his Instagram and my Instagram playing for the Instagram team versus Facebook. Now, as you can see behind me, it says the feud. I don't know if you can read that back there. Instagram 2, Facebook 4. Now that is this year. Those are the standings for 2021.
All right.
And those are also for best of 3 series.
Yeah.
Okay, so
All right.
well, we're going to play one round here, and we happen to have homemade Family Feud questions that I asked on my Instagram and Facebook stories today, and I compiled all the answers that you guys gave me. And so most of you guys know how this works. We're going to take the first answer from Facebook or the first answer on Instagram, and that's going to decide who plays it. So, Jason, can you keep a close eye on
these two, or just mine?
Both of them.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So, you guys ready?
I'm ready.
We have the top 7 answers. We surveyed, normally Family Feud, like a TV show, they survey like 100 really stupid people. But these are people that are really smart because they're on Instagram and Facebook.
Absolutely.
That's where the smart people go.
Yeah.
So I surveyed a bunch of people on the stories and said, if every U.S. state was a professional wrestler, who would win the cage match? Okay. So if every U.S. state was a professional wrestler, who would win the cage match? Looking for the first answer on Instagram or Facebook. Okay, I got Facebook
Steve.
already. I
Okay,
got Facebook
okay,
already.
okay.
Hi, Steve. Does it kind of... Okay, so
doesn't
remember
count.
this.
All right.
But Facebook answered first, so I'm going to see up here. The first answer was Greg Oliver, my friend.
Nice.
And he says Florida, home of Florida Man, which would be an incredible wrestler. But Florida was number 2. So if Instagram... We'll go here for the first Instagram answer.
I think it was Florida. Oh, no, okay. Maybe not. Yeah.
Florida. But then Brenda Slomka, who's from up in Canada, she says New York. Oh, wait, we're behind on these.
It wasn't moving, was it? Sorry.
It's okay. Okay, so
New York. Yeah.
she says New York. And New York is on there, but it's number 6. So it looks like Facebook is going to play this one. So Instagram, here's how this works. If Facebook gets all 7 answers right, and they already have 2 of them with Florida and New York, then they win. But if they miss, if they get 3 strikes, then we get to steal it. And we'll let the steal come from your Instagram.
Okay. All right, cool.
I mean, that is if Facebook... Hold on, I'm going to scoot closer here. So we've got number 2, Florida. I need you to keep track of the strikes, too.
Okay.
Number 2, Florida.
Who's got the strike so far?
Nobody says a strike yet.
Okay, gotcha.
Doug Bardolph from up near Chicago. I don't know, do you know
I
Doug?
I know Doug real well. Hey, Doug.
He says Alabama. And I have to say that that's not the top 7. There's only one person said Alabama, but they also had a stipulation that said dirty Alabama. Okay.
Oh, okay, cool.
So Alabama, that's the first strike.
I did notice that Doug is tuned in on your Facebook instead of my Instagram, but that's fine.
Who's keeping track?
That's fine.
Nobody.
Whatever.
I mean, Doug's a regular here on Playing the Family Feud. I mean, he's an expert.
It's fair.
So here's what I need. Somebody on Jason's Instagram, I need you to put like a big red X. Mark the first strike, because somebody has a first strike. Okay, then we've got Florida again. We've got Hawaii. Pamela Hall Cruz says Hawaii.
All right.
I mean, I can picture that.
I can see that.
But no, that's the second strike. It didn't make the top 7. Okay, so somebody over on Jason's Instagram put the second. See, Kim Underwood did it.
Okay,
she put the
Kim.
big yellow.
Yeah.
She put the big red X down there.
Thank you, Kim.
So Kim,
Let's
you can
see
put
here.
2 of those red strikes now, because what's going to happen is if Facebook misses another one, that'll be 3 strikes. And the first answer on Jason's Instagram after the 3 X's are up there, we'll try to steal it. Okay. I don't know if that makes any sense.
All right.
This is hard running a game show with 3 different phones.
It is. It's a lot.
Okay. Joan Vivolo from up in New York State says, Texas. Let's just have a moment of silence for all our friends in Texas. My family is there. Moment of silence, followed by, that is a number one answer.
By far, by a long shot.
Yeah, long shot.
Yeah.
A lot. Okay, good job, Joan. Another Texas. Somebody already said New York, right?
I see Tennessee. Is
Okay.
that in there at all?
Well, but we're only doing this.
Okay, I see.
So, Jay Brandenburg now, who is a therapist friend of mine from up in Colorado, he says Montana, which is a really homey answer because that's where he's from.
Oh.
And Montana did not make the top 7. So, once somebody over on Jason's Instagram puts the 3 red strikes, the first answer after the 3 red strikes that we see on here can steal it. And you just have to name one of the other 1, 2, 3, 4 answers that nobody's guessed yet.
Okay,
So,
here we go.
if every state was a pro wrestler, who would win the cage match?
Come on.
Kim Underwood and my flows.
They got the X's. Now we need an answer. We got this. Wyoming. From the Juniper Vale.
The Juniper Vale says Wyoming.
Sarah, thank you, Sarah. Oh, what's going to happen?
I am so sorry.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. Facebook won this one. I'll bet my Instagram people are gonna be really mad. Tough. You guys are playing together. Instagram, Facebook won that one. So that's just the first round. First round, big deal.
We'll have another round.
Yeah, Instagram, you still have a chance to come
Yeah.
back. Round 2.
What are you playing next?
I think I was gonna try to play this song. It's I think I do it on first capo. It's a song that you just released more recently.
Oh.
Oh wow! Oh no!
What? Do you not have the words?
I had the words here somewhere.
Hey, I got it right here on my computer. If you need them. Got it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry. I got so distracted I didn't tell them what the other answers were. That's poor form, everybody. I'm a little bit distracted because we've got a lot of stuff going on here. Which, by the way, normally the Gullahorn Happy Hour is an hour. But this is going to be too fun, and we're probably going to go over an hour.
I bet we're going to go over an hour, too.
You guys can all leave. It doesn't matter. We'll still be here.
I stutter. It takes me a while to say things, so it's just going to slow things down.
Totally Jason's fault while we're running. Well, we're going to run late. Totally. Okay, the other answers. Sorry about that. Number 1 was Texas. Number 2 was Florida. Number 3... Wait, what would you think it would be? What would your vote be?
Let's see. I would have gone with something like, I mean, you know, you've got California. Well, no, okay, no. I take that back. I'm going to go Minnesota. Now, that's where I'm from.
You're so homey.
But besides being homey, though, we elected a professional wrestler as our governor.
Yeah.
So that's legit. Like, even if the survey is wrong.
Yeah.
It's still a legit
And
answer.
one person voted for Minnesota, and they said Minnesota is professional wrestling because of Jesse Ventura.
Jesse Ventura.
The body.
Jesse the Body Ventura was
Okay.
our governor.
Well, Texas, Florida, Alaska. I mean, I can see Alaska. That works.
They're
That's
pretty tough
third.
up there.
Fourth was Louisiana. I just think those Cajuns are pretty scrappy. And then West Virginia was number 5.
Yeah.
New York was number 6, and New Jersey was number 7.
That's good.
You know, there's only so many states. Okay. I don't think I've ever really played the song in front of anybody before.
Hope we don't mess it up.
And I'm not in tune for some. I think my guitar is nervous around you.
It's understandable.
I remember having a conversation with a spiritual director friend in a really hard time and just kind of feeling like I was struggling with my faith. And he gave me this image that he was like, oh, it feels like you're distant from God, but you're still tethered to God. And I remember in this room talking with you, and we were getting together to write, and talking about similar things, and I think we just had the chorus.
We wrote the chorus, and I remember the chorus felt so pretty to me that I thought we need to make the verses kind of gritty and kind of dark because of how pretty the chorus was.
That's right. And I remember thinking, oh man, I don't have gritty or dark in me. But then I was like, I'll just try to rhyme a whole bunch.
Yeah, it worked out.
I was slipping away, thought I wasn't just losing, but maybe never had faith. All the feelings I felt before, they must have been fake, and I just can't fake it anymore. I was lost in the dark, feeling my way around with a blindfolded heart. Even if you were real, maybe I'd gone too far, too broken to be restored. Where can I go from your presence? Where can I go? I'm tethered to your love. Though I've tried 1,000 times, just can't break free of the grace that finds me and reminds me wherever I run. Every road will lead me home, 'cause I'm tethered to your love. I tried building a wall. Every failure was a stone, and I stacked them up tall until I was so alone and all hope was gone. It was gone like it was never there. I didn't cry for help, 'cause I didn't like myself enough to open the door to my own prison cell. But you were breaking through, even when I doubted you would even care. 'Cause where can I go from your presence? Where can I go? I'm tethered to your love. Though I've tried 1,000 times, just can't break free of the grace that finds me and reminds me wherever I run. Every road will lead me home, and I'm tethered to your love. Felt at home in the depths, settled in, I made my bed, living like there was no hope left, and in the darkness I could hide. Started thinking that you just weren't true, so I raised up my fists at you. I was looking for a fight, but you didn't run. Knew I just couldn't see I was never alone. What was darkness to me was like a noonday sun to you. Where can I go from your presence? Where can I go? I'm tethered to your love. Though I've tried 1,000 times, just can't break free of great change that grace that finds me and reminds me wherever I run. Every road will lead me home, 'cause I'm tethered to your love. Yes, I'm tethered to your love. I don't know how it ends.
Where can I go from your presence? Where can I go?
I just had Jason Gray as guest vocals on my song.
I was trying to sing harmony. I'm horrible at harmony because
I was probably
because
singing it
I'm,
different too.
No, see, it was awesome. It's just like if I can't be the lead, then I'm out. I don't, okay, I gotta
Well, look,
be
you're
the
even
lead.
out of the picture on Instagram. Let me get you back in
Sorry.
there.
Get back in there a little bit.
Get in there.
That was a great song. I love the way you play that one too. That's
Thanks.
That's
That's
so
fun.
great. So that wasn't going to be. I wanted it on my current record, and it wasn't going to be on it. And then one of the head guys at the label, he said, "Man, we're out of budget. But I love the song. I think it should be on there. If there's a way that you can record it in the next week and it not cost anything, I think it'd be great if it could be on the record. So we ended up, I recorded it with my son really quick and ended up on the record. I was afraid that like it didn't get the attention it deserved, but it's become like it's the song that I hear the most about from
Really?
From my fans. Yeah,
Like
so,
good things or?
yeah, they hate it.
Okay.
No.
But you hear about it a lot.
I hear about it a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, but I hope you record it.
Yeah, I like that
too.
song.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Me too. It's good. All right.
What you got next?
And I was supposed to be scrolling through the lyrics, and I was so into it until I forgot to give you lyrics.
Well, you know, it's so fun. I remembered it, but like,
it's worthless to you. I'm so
what
sorry.
always happens to me when I was every time when I didn't have the lyrics
Yeah.
and I was going through it today, I was like, whenever I hit the chorus, it said, "Tethered to your love, though I've tried 1,000 times, just can't break free of the chains that bind me and remind me." I was like, there's no way we would have said chains that bind me, and that's like, and then that's not what it is. It's grace that finds
Grace
me.
that
And
finds me.
that's yeah.
It's good rhyme though.
It's kind of off message.
Good work finding another.
You know, when it's empty, it just fills in with rhymes.
You just can't.
That's just
can't
what
stop.
happens.
So, all right. So this is another new song that
Are we doing
wrote,
this one?
Yeah, that's.
Oh
I
gosh.
thought we do. This one that we wrote with our friend Chris August. You may know him if you're into Christian music. He's had a number of big songs, and me and Chris are both huge fans of Andy Gullahorn. So Chris August and I conspired together to do a tour, me, Chris August, and Andy Gullahorn, so that me and Chris could go on the road with Andy and listen to him play every night. So that was the whole reason why we did that tour.
So you can listen to me play your songs.
Yeah, well, yeah. And then on that tour, we wrote this song.
Okay. Now I'm gonna scoot back so you can move closer to.
And we should say that Chris is he knows all those jazz chords and all that kind of stuff. So he gave us a real.
This even
gives a run.
learning this song was
I could kind of play along, but you play it better than I do. So
I'm gonna play background right now. So you
cool.
can even live more in the center picture if you want.
All right,
I mean,
well,
this is your center stage, man.
I like this. I will say this was inspired by an Elizabeth Gilbert quote, where she was having a conversation with her fear, saying, "I want you in the car with me. You belong on the journey, but you don't get to drive and you don't get to pick the songs we listen to." I thought, oh, that's a great idea for a song. Anyway, so this is a song. I just think we're so used to hearing people talk tough about things like fear, like I'm gonna say no to fear. I'm gonna get rid of fear, and I just think that that's not really helpful because
They're saying things like fear is easy.
Love is hard. I mean, that's all that.
Did we write that song?
We might have written that song. That might be a song that we wrote. But so I just don't think that's helpful, and just a lot of the conversations that Andy and I have had over the years have been about integrating difficult things rather than pretending that they don't exist, and learning how to make good use of them and stuff. So this is a song about learning how to make the best use of our fear, because it's not going anywhere. So, and we're glad it's not going anywhere, right? Because the only people who don't have fear are like psychopaths, right? So be happy that you have to deal with fear. So anyway, this is called Dear Fear. Take it away. You can go a little faster too, maybe. If you can play it faster, that's kind of hard. Dear Fear, I'm afraid that it's time. Something must change between you and I. Yeah, I've called you names, a thief and a liar, but you were singing so loud, I kicked you out of the choir. But you have a voice that I've needed to hear. You've been trying to protect me all these years. So what I'm trying to say is you can come take a ride, 'cause I want story. You can't pick the playlist. You don't get to drive, but you can come take the ride with me. Dear fear, my anxious heart catches on fire when you're throwing sparks, but I'm starting to see, I'm beginning to learn how to carry your flame without getting burned. 'Cause all of my life, when you came around, I'd either hide behind you or shut you down. But I believe there's a better way. Come, take a ride, 'cause I want you on this journey. We're both wrong, we're both right, but it's all part of the story. You can't pick the playlist, you don't get to drive, but you can come take the ride with me. There's a balance between do not fear and the beginning of wisdom. God has a place for us here, and that's where we are driving. So come, take a ride, 'cause I want you on this journey. We're both right, wrong, we're both right, but it's all part of the story. You can't pick the playlist, and you don't get to drive, but you can come take the ride. Come take the ride, come take the ride with me.
Oh gosh.
Good job! Wow.
Hey, let's hear it for Chris August. Where'd the thing go?
Where'd the thing go? I don't know. Oh man.
Where'd my applause button go?
That's
That's really embarrassing now. Nobody's even. There's only so many places to put it. I mean, it's a pretty small space.
It's like this happens in my concerts a lot. Actually, you get done with a song.
You lose
and
the
it's
applause.
just,
Oh, there.
It's real
You wanna
quiet.
hit it?
So
It's the one that says applause.
okay. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Sorry. Oh, it doesn't stop if you hit it, right? Like it has to go the whole
you have to
thing?
go through the whole
Oh,
thing.
sorry. Okay, yeah, cool. All right, there we go.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Let's do one more, and then we'll do.
Okay.
I'll do one, and then we'll do the second round of Family Feud.
Perfect.
And then we've got more songs for you. Everybody doing okay? I'm just assuming you can hear okay. I haven't seen any like people like angry or anything. But let's hear it from my buddy Jason.
Hey. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Just happy to be here. What are you gonna play next?
I want to play a song that I remember writing with you, not in this room. Most of the songs we wrote in this room, including like one of my favorite ones, "I'll Find a Way," which maybe we'll do later.
Oh yeah.
I remember sitting here and you giving me the short story by Walt Longren. But this one we wrote on the porch, back porch of my house.
Oh
screening
yeah.
porch.
I know what you're gonna play. Oh, I love this one.
I love it more in tune.
This was inspired by a quote. I don't know if you remember or not.
I don't
but, I brought Andy a quote. I said I want to do a song about this, and the quote is, shoot, I can't remember the guy's name now, but it was
Kanye.
But Kanye West said, the way to love someone is to run your finger along the surface of their soul, and when you find a crack, pour love into it.
That's the quote?
Yeah.
Well, we got the song out of it.
Yeah.
We really botched it up.
We messed up the quote.
Yeah, we did.
Terrible. It's a disgrace, but it's the song.
Oh my gosh. I didn't know that could happen. Hey, sorry.
We're still on.
Instagram, somebody was calling me. This still working?
Looks like it's still working. Oh yeah. Yeah, you're getting the hearts and everything. So.
If you wanna love someone, search their soul for where it's broken. Find the cracks and pour your heart in. If you wanna love someone, in every heart there is a hollow, locked against the pain it's known. If there's a key, the key is sorrow. Only a trusted hand can hold. So if you wanna love someone, search their soul for where it's broken. Find the cracks and pour your heart in. If you wanna love someone, a heart will hide where it's been broken, but the fault lines still remain, drawn like a map to lead you home when you can enter through the pain. So if you wanna love someone, search their soul for where it's broken. Find the cracks and pour your heart in. If you wanna love someone, you always had a way of knowing where my wounded heart would go. Oh, but you were never scared to meet me there. That's how I know. If you wanna love someone, search their soul for where it's broken. Find the cracks and pour your heart in. If you wanna love someone.
Yeah. There we go.
I love that song.
I'm gonna say this too about it. We were thank you.
Yeah,
I'm trying to talk now.
Thank you, guys. Please.
We were writing another song called "I Don't Know How" and had been struggling with it. I think we had to meet 3 times to get that one done.
Yeah.
And we'd written that one, which I Don't Know How is like in my top 3 favorite tracks I've ever recorded.
It's a fun one.
I love how that song turned out. Anyway, and I really had this other idea I wanted us to explore, and we got, well, we were out of time. We only had about an hour before you had to be somewhere, and we got done with I Don't Know How. We said, well, let's look at this other idea, and we wrote that one in about an hour.
Yeah, it was a fast one.
Came really quick, so cool. Anyway.
Man, I love that song.
All right.
Okay, so I got a couple of announcements here before we play the second round of Family Feud, so get ready. One thing I do here at the Gullahorn Happy Hour, so we have it every Monday night, 7:45, same time, Facebook, Instagram, and every week there's somebody from the Gullahorn Happy Hour community that is like our special guest, other than a real special guest, but like there are people's pictures up there on the wall that we started doing that recently.
Oh, nice.
And I keep seeing somebody's name pop up here on Facebook, and somebody maybe you know too.
Yeah.
You know Bo Black?
I know Bo Black.
Yeah, I figure I could.
Love that guy.
I figure Bo Black could be our special guest of the night, and Bo's on Facebook, and so I found a picture of Bo. Here he is, everybody. This is Bo Black.
Hey, Bo.
There he is.
That's perfect.
And he's from Texas.
Obviously.
I've known him for a long time. Bo, I love that picture of you, man. Nice hat you're wearing.
Looks good.
Some
people can't wear cowboy hats.
Bo can totally pull it off.
Bo's pulling it off.
So Bo is kind of the mascot for tonight. Bo Black from Texas. Okay. Other announcements are like normally there are ways to support the Gullahorn Happy Hour. You can do tip jar, Venmo, or PayPal, and if easier than me telling you what those are, it's just if you go to andygullahorn.com/happy hour. There's a page there and it has a link to tip jar stuff. Has a link to like where you can buy T-shirts and that kind of stuff. And we have a new T-shirt coming out. I just put it up on the andygullahorn.com today. The new Happy Hour design is up there. I don't have them in yet, but they come in this week, so I'll be shipping them out. If you want a new T-shirt, go check it out, andygullahorn.com. And then next Monday we'll be back 7:45. Unfortunately, Jason won't be here. I wish he could be here every week.
Unless I come back.
Yeah. Another announcement. Yeah, come on. Another announcement is that I'm wearing red today, and so is Jason.
I wore that because,
You did, really?
Yeah. This is the only red shirt that I had. So.
And in honor of World Encephalitis Day, which is not something that would have even been on my radar last year, but our friend Gabe got encephalitis at the end of last year and it wreaked havoc on his memory, and he's building it back. But for everybody who deals with that, wearing the red today. Red for WED. WED is World Encephalitis Day.
Oh.
There you go.
I didn't know that.
Also, I learned that in England they call it encephalitis.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Bet you didn't know that.
I didn't know that. I was looking for a joke. I couldn't find one, and I also felt like maybe I should make a joke about it at the same time. Too.
Well, yeah, you know.
Just seemed like it wanted a joke, but also seemed like maybe it didn't. So, yeah. I'm gonna stop. Very sorry.
Then we have, but on the website, there's, also, my Patreon. I started Patreon this year, which is, I don't know if we've really talked about this, but my goal is to, as I write new songs, to just put videos of them up for the Patreon folks and kind of talk about, kind of like we're talking about tonight, like behind the scenes writing. Okay, I know we're going to go over, I'll apologize, kind of. We're going to have fun, and you can stay as long as you want. Okay, what I asked, the second Family Feud question was, name an 80s movie that still holds up today. That's still good to watch today. Top 7 answers. Facebook versus Instagram. Facebook won the first one. Okay. Gabe was laughing at the crickets.
I'm sorry, Gabe, that I even...
Bo Black just said, shut it. There's Bo again. Okay, looking for... Okay, we got one down here.
Yeah, let's see. What do we got?
We got Susie Pitts says...
Oh,
never-ending story from Instagram, and
I've got some here too that are...
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
They missed it, so we have to go to the first Facebook one. And the first one actually is my mom.
Hey, I love your mom.
She says Entertainment Tonight.
Yeah.
I mean E.T.
I love John Tesh.
E.T. is number 7 out of 7. That's a good answer.
Very good.
Which means Facebook's going to play this one.
Way to go, Patty.
So Instagram, once again, put that strikes down if Facebook were to get any strikes. So top 7 answers. E.T. is number 7. Doug Bardolph, our friend, says Back to the Future, which happens to be the number 2 answer. Good job, Doug. Oh, will you hit the applause when they get it right?
Yeah. That's for Patty and Doug.
Yeah, double applause. Okay, then we've got Brenda Hennings says
Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club. Interesting answer. And that's number 5. Good job. Oh yeah, you got to switch from the boo to the applause. Okay. Jen Marshall from up in Pennsylvania says Karate Kid, which is the first strike. I'm sorry to say. There are a number of votes for it, but it didn't make the top 7.
Yeah,
Karate Kid's a good movie.
It is good.
Does it hold up? I didn't watch it recently.
I've been watching Cobra Kai. Is anyone out there watching Cobra Kai? Because Sweep the Leg Johnny, the actor, his brother was my realtor. He sold me my house.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Guy
Zapka, that's right.
Okay, so we've got, Susie, thanks for marking the first strike over here. And Heather, thanks for marking the first strike.
Yeah.
Okay, coming back. Oh, David Calvert from North Carolina.
That's strong.
Says Die Hard. And I'm sorry that's not on the list. It's the second strike. Puts 2 strikes down there.
2 strikes, all right. They're already on it here. We got it.
Okay, then we have Richard Carwile says Red Dawn.
That's a strong answer.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, but that's the 3rd strike.
3 strikes.
So we're looking for the first answer after the 3 red strikes show up there.
We see 3 red
Instagram can
strikes.
steal it. So looking for, we've got 2 red strikes over here. It's a race between the Instagram accounts.
Oh, there we go.
Susie Pitts is the
Pitts
third
got
one.
it.
Star Wars. Amy Frederick says Star Wars. And so does Doug Pitts.
Back to back.
And I'm sorry that does not make the top 7.
Well, they weren't. I don't know. They were. Like Star
Let's see.
Wars was in the 70s. But
Let's see.
what we
Let's
got
see
here.
what they you say over here. Can't Buy Me Love.
Okay.
Amy from your Instagram says Can't Buy Me Love, and that wouldn't have worked either.
No.
It's a lot of booze.
Come on,
Hey, Facebook. Let's say applause for Facebook. Facebook won.
good job, Facebook.
They're gonna go up 5-2. You know, and I think why I think Facebook won, Jason.
Why?
This guy.
That guy right there.
Mm-hmm.
That hat. Sometimes the hat wears the man.
Country Bo Black. He brought the win home for Facebook. Let's hear it for Bo Black. Bo, you're gonna go up there with your hat on forever.
Woo!
Bo was really excited about me putting that cowboy hat on his picture.
Yeah.
Okay, so number 1, I saw other people say this,
Yeah.
and people are gonna, just so you know, if you're just tuning in, if you've never been on Gullahorn Happy Hour, it's a really normal thing on Gullahorn Happy Hour for people to get mad because they said, no, I saw this comment, it was above this comment, but we can only take it the way that we get it here, and you know, our accounting firm makes sure that we do it correctly.
Yes.
Number 1 answer. What do you think the number 1 answer would be? Like, what would your number 1 answer be?
My number 1 answer would have been Raiders of the Lost Ark,
Yeah.
which we went to go see for my birthday.
And it really held up.
It was really held up.
We saw it in the theater like a month ago.
But then, you know, like any of those Spielberg movies, like maybe E.T. or The Goonies.
Yeah. Goonies is number 1.
Goonies number 1.
Back to the Future is number 2. Princess Bride is number 3.
That's strong.
Ferris Bueller, number 4.
I saw that one pop up a couple times.
Breakfast Club, Top Gun,
That's strong.
and E.T.
Can't believe E.T. was so low.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there are a lot of other, like Josh Peterson, our friend.
Yes.
You know what his guess was?
What?
Uncle Buck. I love Uncle Buck, so I'm with you, buddy.
That's perfect.
One of my favorite answers, I can't remember who put this one down, but I just thank you for this, was Rad. Did you ever watch Rad, the bike movie?
I had the soundtrack.
Nobody put Breaking 2 Electric Boogaloo or Breaking 1, but those are awesome movies. Breaking 2
both of
Electric
those
Boogaloo
soundtracks, too.
also stars, or as an extra, Jean-Claude Van Damme's in that movie, just so you know.
Wow.
And an interesting pick from our buddy Chris Hauser,
Yeah.
which I kind of agree with this, although I haven't
Yeah.
watched it. I don't know if it holds up.
Yeah, yeah.
But I remember being mesmerized by this movie, Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I also
That's
had
strong.
kind of another list of movies that really didn't hold up,
Yeah.
and the top of that list is Gremlins to me because I watched that with my kids and it was horrible. It was a horrible movie. I don't know why that was a big thing.
Yeah. Now, do you have movies where, like, you loved it? Okay, like, for instance, I loved Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Mm-hmm.
Mom, you gotta watch Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And then I watched it with my mom, and
Yeah.
it was kind of horrifying because there was all kinds of innuendo. I was like, oh my gosh. I
You need to watch it with
wasn't
people
expecting
your own age
that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
or your kids. I guess I watched it with my kids. What does that say about me?
yeah. I won't. I'll just, yeah, I won't hit any buttons.
Another movie I figured probably didn't hold up very well is Soul Man.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I don't hear many people talking about that movie
That's
anymore.
true, yeah.
It was not cool. Okay, I just thought of that randomly. I haven't seen it in forever.
Yeah, let's move on.
I don't think Footloose is going to hold up as well either, but I haven't seen Footloose in a while.
I haven't seen it either. I know, like,
I mean, the dance scenes, I mean,
Yeah.
those are timeless.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, what song are you going to do next?
what song am I gonna do next? Do we have time for one more or two more?
We're going to, I mean, we only have time for no more, but you're going to do 2 more.
Okay, I'll do two more. I'm feeling this one. I was gonna do a.
We're going to do 3 songs.
I
We're gonna
think-
do You, Me, You, and then that'll be our songs.
Well, no, but you gotta end with. You gotta do two more too, or.
No, I only have 1 more.
Oh, okay, cool.
I've already done 3.
So I was going to. I think maybe the. I'm sure, like in the top 2 songs we've ever written with each other would have to be "Death Without a Funeral,"
Oh, yeah.
and but I'm not feeling that emotional space
Okay.
right
Yeah.
this moment. But
Oh, yeah, I love that song.
we should remember it.
Yes.
We should honor it in this moment. But I'm going to play a new one that we wrote called A Million Ways.
Ooh.
And would you play that one
Yeah.
with me? I love that one. That almost ended up on my last record. And
I'm going to follow you on this one so that I know that I'm playing it the way that you would.
yeah, because I think it's maybe evolved a little bit.
Because I don't know that we've played it together before.
What key do you normally play it in?
I don't know. Let's do whatever key you play it
We'll
in.
do it up here so it's kind of higher. Oh, maybe that's too high. Do it right here.
Are you in standard tuning?
No, I'm in C. Oh, which I didn't tune. Oh, I'm horribly out of tune. So is there, I don't know, like an anecdote?
Or just talk while
Okay.
we. Once again,
I know what I'll say. I was going to say something about this song, but
go for
Go
it.
ahead.
Go for it.
this song kind of came, I hope I don't offend anybody here, but this song idea came because I had my son over to my house with his college roommates, and I was really wanting those guys to just feel kind of at home with me. Like I didn't want them to be in the headspace of thinking, oh, we're hanging out with Kipper's dad, the gospel singer, you know. And so I wanted to break down some of the anxiety they might have. So I got all of us guys cigars. And we're hanging out on my back porch, me, my son, his college roommates. We're doing cigars, and they start joking, and there's good laughter all around. And the joking, it wasn't foul, it wasn't anything like that, but it also wasn't the kind of jokes that you'd tell your mom, right? And I just...
Because you only tell her foul jokes.
Right, exactly. Yeah, she really only likes the really dirty ones. So I had this moment where we're hanging out on my back deck, smoking cigars with these guys. They're doing mildly inappropriate jokes, and I just realized, oh, they're not self-conscious anymore. They're not careful around me anymore. I thought, oh, I think we're on holy ground now, and I was very, very grateful for that moment. And so I brought that idea, that story to Andy, and that's what the third verse is about. Though we didn't do anything but inappropriate jokes, but
It's hard to put those in songs.
we tried to. I don't know if you remember. We had a line that said something like, the kind of jokes that you wouldn't tell your mom, was one of the early lines in it, and then we just thought that would be distracting, so we came off of that idea. All right. This is called A Million Ways. Some people like to shout and raise their hands. Some quietly keep them folded on their lap. Some stand and kneel and stand and kneel again. Some sit still the whole time fighting off a nap. Some might prefer the wine, for others juice is fine. Followed by a rock song or a hymn. There are a million ways. A million ways to say thank you. Hallelujah. Amen. It's watching the sunrise out of the sea, or a hike along the Appalachian Trail, in the basement where the alcoholics meet, or at the mission handing out a meal. No matter where we go, together or alone, we make space for the holy to get in. There are a million ways, a million ways to say thank you. Hallelujah, amen. Santiago, Spain. They were searching for the sacred, and they came to understand it was holy ground each step along the way. It was holy ground each step along the way. Well, tonight we're telling jokes around the fire. It's so good to hear the laughter in the air. Though there's no cathedral within miles, you said that when we'd gather you'd be there. So every glass we raise is a grateful toast to praise in this world of burning bushes without end. There are a million ways, a million ways. Said thank you, hallelujah,
Excellent. Oh,
That's just a good feeling song.
that deserves this right there.
Oh, there it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Once again, sorry we're going late.
I'm not sorry.
I'm not really sorry. I kind of feel like I have to say that. Normally I keep to an hour, but we've got 2 more songs. It's going to be like an hour and 15 minutes ish.
That's not bad.
Not bad at all. It's like a normal show. Or we just say, oh, hey guys, thank you for coming tonight. It was really good to see you. We'll see you next time. Oh, please. Oh gosh, Jason, I think they want us to do.
Okay,
an encore.
Cool. All right,
Okay,
all right.
cool. We weren't planning on anything. What should we do?
I don't. What? I don't know.
No, I'll just. Oh man, I'll just think off the top of
Maybe
my
you should
head.
do that one.
I'll do that one.
Yeah.
Often, many people ask me like, what's my favorite song they've ever been a part of writing, and I usually say this song.
That's usually what I say too.
And
This song.
one of the reasons why I love it so much is just I still remember the day sitting in here talking about it, but I just love the story so much that Walt Wangren wrote and that you introduced me to.
I was supposed to be writing a Christmas song, and I had been working on taking this Walt Wangren story called An Advent Monologue and turning it into a song. I've been working on it for about, 7 years. I'd take a run at it and get parts of it that I felt like that kind of works, and I brought it to a couple other co-writers and didn't like what was happening, so I'm just going to take it back, so that day I thought, I'm gonna bring this idea to Andy. It's one of the most beautiful things I've ever read. Whenever I read the story, it brings me to tears, and I came to Andy. I said, I'm supposed to write a Christmas song, and he's like, I'm not your guy for that. I don't want to write Christmas songs. I said, hold up, read this story, and I think it captured you, and then we wrote it.
Yeah, and there's so many things. I think one of the reasons why I can say it's one of my favorite songs to write is that I felt like our job was to be good stewards of the story.
Yeah.
And the story was so powerful. I recommend everybody go out and read it. And there are things that we couldn't put into the song. But trying to edit it down to a song, like a song length, was a task.
Yeah.
But I love it. And I also love that people, some people early on, they're like, well, what is that song about? And I'm like, exactly.
I like that it's a messy metaphor.
It's about a lot of different things, but it's one of those songs where the metaphor is messy enough to where my body can understand it before I can. I still don't know that my head understands it totally, or it changes.
Yeah.
But it hits me, and that story of of somebody coming and trying to tell somebody they love them, and the person can't receive it just because of all the ways that have been abused and beaten down, and the persistence of the lover to get that message across. You know, it is a Christmas song, but it isn't a Christmas song. I love playing it all year long because it applies to everything as far as I'm concerned.
And before
Yeah.
you play it, like you told me that you got to sing at a penitentiary for women.
Oh, I will never forget that in Cincinnati.
Yeah, and when you told me about your experience of that, every time I play the song now, I think about that.
Yeah, I remember it was in, you know, like a concrete kind of, not living room, but kind of common space in between where all the cells were, and some women were allowed to be out kind of sitting on these concrete picnic tables, and then, but some women were in their cells, which is like a door, but then it has, you know, like a small little window that has all the, like schools had. I don't know if that's something in the glass or whatever, but I'll never forget playing this song and seeing women kind of pressing their faces up to the window in their cells, and man, it's just I'm really grateful to Walt for his story, and I'm grateful for my friend Jason for forcing me to write a Christmas song. I went from not liking writing Christmas songs to, well, still not liking writing Christmas songs, but like writing those kind of Christmas songs. So thanks for letting me be a part of this one. At the end of this rundown tenement hall, it's a room of a girl I know, who cowers behind all the deadbolt locks, afraid of the outside world. So how should I come to the one I love? I will find a way. Many thieves and collectors have used that door, but they only brought her shame. So she won't even open it anymore. Still I will find a way. I could call out her name with love through the walls, but condemnation's all she hears. I could break down the door, take her into my arms, but she might die from the fear. So how should I come to the one I love? I will find a way, I will find a way. How should I come to the one I love? I will find a way. No hiding place ever kept her safe, so she hides inside herself. Now to reach her heart, the only way is to hide in there as well. I will hide in there as well. She gave up on love, waiting for a change, but a change is coming soon. 'Cause how could she not love the helpless babe that is waking in her womb? Oh, I found a way. I found a way. She'll know I am coming before I am here. When she hangs her head, she'll see me there. And then when I come, she will not turn away. All the beauty and joy will return to her face. And what of that loneliness now it is gone? lost in the bond of a mother and son. Every sin that she suffered at the hands of men, every single disgrace will be washed clean again. I will love her completely. When I am grown, I'll carry her out that tenement room. I'm doing a new thing, soon you will see. I'm coming among you, and my name shall be Emmanuel. Oh my goodness, thank you. I love that song. Thanks for letting me know that one. I just want to say how fun it's been to have you here. And one thing, there's so many things I love about Jason, but one of the things I've loved about the Gullahorn Happy Hour time in these weird quarantine times where we can't travel and play music like we normally do, is just a community. So seeing these friends and Jason, like, our communities overlap in many ways, yeah. But like you're so good with community, like you care about people. Like I think that's one of the reasons why I love riding with you is that you actually really care about people and wanting to know how people are doing, and that's why you have such a great community. So it's fun to see these names of people on your Instagram and all the extra people coming on Facebook and stuff. So thanks for coming over for the evening, and I'm just so grateful to have this guy. I do have to say, when I asked like what some requests for tonight were, there were a number. We played most of them, but I did have multiple requests for a 2-minute hug. And I'm not going to give you a 2-minute hug, but a weird story is that this friend of ours one time came over to the house and she was like, "I think I just heard a story about you on the radio," and I was like, "No, I'm pretty sure they don't play my stuff on the radio." She said, "It was about you hugging a dude for 2 minutes in the back of a bus." I was like, "Oh, awesome."
Yeah. Sorry.
Yep, that's me.
Yeah. And
we're not gonna play that song.
I was gonna.
I mean, we're not gonna hug for 2 minutes. That'd be weird.
Well, I mean, whatever, fine. The 2-minute hug. You initiated the 2-minute hug.
I know, but I didn't do it in front of other people.
So don't act like. I know it's weirder that there was.
You're right. It's weirder than it's by itself. You're right. Okay, sorry.
So
I take it back.
So I've been making noise about you for all these years because I want people to hear your music, and I'm gonna make you feel awkward right now and stuff. But what I love about Andy's music for me personally, I turn to his music a lot because there's so much healing in it. He understands healing, and it comes through in his music. And so I usually come to him to write songs when I want to write songs about healing, like Death Without a Funeral, and If You Want to Love Someone, and Fear Is Easy, Love Is Hard, and I Will Find a Way, and all these songs, you know. So thank you for being a healing presence in my life and helping me to bring healing to others in the songs that I get to play of ours for them. And if you've seen me in the last 8 years or so, you've heard me tell the story about the guy who gave me the 2-minute hug in the back of the bus. That was Andy. Now, and I because it's a show and I kind of have to hurry, I always feel like I'm not giving them enough context, because there are guys who are kind of huggy. And if it's like a huggy guy, it's not that special of a story, right?
Yeah, right.
And so when I do have time, though, I say, and I just want you all to know, he's not like one of those huggy guys. He's kind of like a man's man who writes songs about shooting deer in the hearts and then rubbing their blood upon his face. Mm-hmm. That's a lyric from one of his
Man's
songs.
man. I've never been called that before, but I'll take it.
Cool. I was telling someone about you recently. I saw you in concert, and you were telling the story about having to do artificial insemination with cows and having the sleeve in your the glove that comes up to here, and you're in up to there, and that was when you realized that you wanted to do music.
Yeah.
That was a great story. Anyway, thank you for all that. I also feel like one thing that I wish people would know about Andy is one of my favorite little details about him is it's not there anymore, but he had this little contraption on his fence called a squirrel scare, and it was a propeller that had a little bar on top where you could put like a little piece of bread or something.
Yeah, or like a corn on the cob or something.
So that squirrels would be drawn to it. Now it's a propeller, and so if the squirrel would jump on it, the thing would go whoosh and launch the squirrel. And I just thought that if you knew that about Andy, that would give you a little piece of the picture that would be important for you to have. So anyway, what happened to the squirrel scare?
I don't know. I mean, it was here when we moved in.
It was, okay.
And so it took me a second to figure out what it was. I was like, why is this thing on my fence?
I miss it. I think you should reinstall it.
Okay,
It's a good thing. But,
no squirrels were hurt in that process. I mean,
maybe. They're pretty, resilient.
They fall out of trees.
I know, exactly, right. So this is the most recent song that Andy and I wrote together.
Oh, yeah, I love this song.
And feel free to
I was wondering what you were going to do last. I was like,
help
how are
out.
you doing this one?
And I don't want to give too much away, but I'm probably going to do it anyway. A couple things to think about with this song is that it seems like there were three things I was going to say about it. One of them is that, this is an example of a very important idea that you have to get the song just right. And there's a tenderness to it and a vulnerability that I thought Andy's the guy that I want to entrust this idea to. And it's basically a song about wishing trouble upon your children, because that's what's going to make them strong, and it's also going to be what makes them tender and compassionate. In my own story, I had some resentment towards my dad for many, many years. And then after I became a Christ follower, I thought, I need to forgive my dad. Because that's what a Christian would do, forgive, right? And I tried to, and I couldn't get there, no matter how hard I tried. And then one day in the last few years, I woke up and I was like, oh, I think I've forgiven my dad. I think it happened, And I realized that it wasn't because I needed to try harder, it's just because I hadn't failed enough, I'd finally had enough life experience of getting things wrong and falling on my face and pain and being wronged and all those things, where I could let go of my anger and just have compassion and understanding for my own dad. And then that made me wish for the day that I might get that from my own kids too. So this is a song about wishing trouble for my kids, but there's a little bit of an agenda in there, I guess, hoping that it'll help them the way that it helped me to forgive my parents. So, all right, it's called What I Wish For You. And I was going to play this before tonight so I could reload it, so I might mess it up, so I might need your help. But I hope your heart breaks easily, 'cause you're not afraid to open it for all to see. It gets stronger every time it heals, so I hope you break your heart. And I hope you fall down hard enough that you need the help of a good friend to get back up. We all want to know that So I hope you fall down hard. That's what I wish for you. What I hope you find. May it all come true. In good time. And I hope that failure comes your way and shows you there's a limit to your own strength, till you can't help but offer other people grace. Yeah, I hope that failure comes. What I wish for you, what I hope you find, is that sometimes good things come from suffering. And I hope you can forgive yourself. 'Cause if you're like me, you'll probably cause a lot of hell. Maybe one day you can add me to the list as well of what I hope you can forgive. It's what I wish for you, what I hope you find. May it all come true. Oh, child of
I love that song.
Me too. Thanks for helping me.
That
You
song
helped me
came
get that one right.
pretty fast too.
Had to
What I remember.
pretty fast. Yeah.
Man, thank you guys. Thank you all for joining in, and thanks for staying late. We said it was gonna be 15 minutes over. It's like 30 minutes over,
No,
but
sorry. 'Cause
it's the internet. Doesn't matter. And this will be, you know.
talk a lot.
I do have to say, for those of you on Instagram, if you had like a comment or something that we should know, or like a question, once we leave Instagram Live, I don't think there's a way for us to see all the comments, which stinks. I mean, Facebook you can go back and whatever,
Read 'em all.
but so if there's something important in those Instagram comments, then just send us a message. Send me a message
Yeah.
or something like that. Send me a message. I'll get it to Jason, or I'll be his go-between. He's got people. I don't have people. Jason is my people.
I'm excited about. We got a bunch of new songs that people haven't heard yet.
Yeah.
Like "The Good Soldier" is
Yeah.
one of my favorites we've ever done. And
Another one I was going to play tonight
Ghost.
was what was that one? Not My Will, but
"Not My Will But Thine Me Down."
Yeah.
I'm really
Ghost.
excited
I
about
love the Ghost song.
that. I do too. I love it too.
I cannot find it in my writing notebook anywhere.
Oh, I've got it.
I need the lyrics.
But for my fans, please go to andygullahorn.com.
Mm-hmm.
Leave a tip, buy a shirt. Check out my top 3 Andy songs. I'm going to say right now. I'm going to say Even Hell Is Not a God-Forsaken Place. And Grand Canyon. And what would the third one be? Maybe, for nostalgic reasons, maybe like Burning Bushes. Or I Could Be Nobody as Long as I'm Someone
Someone to You.
Yeah.
Man, thank
That's
you.
a great one.
Thank you.
So look up those 3 songs for sure.
And go to
They're awesome.
jasongraymusic.com. That's at jasongraymusic.com. Yeah. And leave a tip jar.
No, I don't have a tip jar. Leave it for Andy.
And then buy a t-shirt. Can they buy a t-shirt? How can they support you? Listen to your music and come to shows eventually?
Come to shows eventually, yeah, that'd be great. So
just send them, I'll tell you what, I'll post his address. You guys just send him cash in the mail.
Sounds good. Hey, thanks for having me, man.
Hey, thanks for being here.
I'm so grateful for you.
Let's hear it for my buddy Jason Gray.
Oh.
And let's hear it for this applause instant audience. It's coming very handy over this last year. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, and we'll be back, or I'll be back next week. And Jason, what's the next thing you have coming up?
I got some shows coming up.
Do you have one of your do you call the acoustic story time? No, that's the record.
So no, I've been doing. We started a radio show on Sirius XM called Acoustic Story Time.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And that happens once a month. But I'm also about to start doing a series of live shows like this, where I play through each of my records.
Ooh.
I'm going to do that throughout the year.
Are you doing it like Instagram, Facebook Live?
Yes, something like that. And then we're hoping to record it and then have it be like a live recording, so that each of my albums would have a live recording. We'll see how that goes.
That's fun.
That's the dream right now. So.
Well, it's been an honor to have all of you in my home.
Yeah,
this is my home.
you.
This is the kind of the office studio behind my house. My house is right back there. But it's fun playing these songs in this room where we wrote most of those songs. We just got to sit here and then we talk for a while. Then we go get Baja Burrito.
Get burritos.
Or now we go to Lady Bird Taco and Baja Burrito. And then we would come back and write a song. And so it's fun playing these songs in a place where they sprouted.
I've told people that collaborating with you, what it's like is that we have a great conversation, and then the song is like an artifact of a great conversation.
Yeah, and you have to feed it for it to grow.
Yeah, you have to feed it to.
You have to feed it Baja Burrito.
Burritos. Yeah.
That's just the way it works.
That's what you got to do.
Because we haven't really been riding together in the era of Lady Bird Taco.
Our last song, we went to Lady Bird.
Oh, I mean.
And we ended up talking politics for like 2 hours.
I remember. So. Who do we talk? Oh, Nate Tasker.
With Nate Tasker.
That's right. Oh, those are fun times. Yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for answering the happy hour Family Feud questions. There are other announcements that I don't remember what it was, but most of it you can find on my website, andygullahorn.com, and Patreon is Patreon/Andy Gullahorn. But it's all on my website. That's all you need to know on the website. Happy World Encephalitis Day. Is that something you should say? Happy?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, I hope
just know you shouldn't make
today
a joke.
is World Encephalitis Day, and I hope that it's a good World Encephalitis Day for you. And there's some other announcement I forgot. Doesn't matter. This was so fun. Thanks again, Jason Gray. And we already did our encore. You guys know that, so we don't have any more songs.
We're done.
But thanks for sticking with us.
We'll be in the narthex.
Yeah, being the
Getting
narthex,
autographs.
signing our phones.
Yes.
All right. See you guys next week. And now, see, Facebook is still on. I always leave Facebook on, so they're watching us. So
now we can talk about all the Instagram people, right?
Yeah, we can talk about what a great job they did. So if you wanted to post it to,
Share IGTV.
Yeah, but you don't have to.
Oh, I want to.
I'm just saying you have to do that now, because if you don't, then it like deletes it. Hey, Facebook, good job. This is kind of the behind the scenes after the show.
Yeah.
In the green room, and
so I've got this new thing that I like to do. I've only done it one other time, and that is on Instagram you can choose the cover, and I try to find the least flattering picture of myself as the cover on my.
Oh, that's a good look. Mine doesn't even load it. It takes forever to load. That's pretty unflattering of me.
Yeah, that's horrible. That's good.
Okay, good.
You should do that one.
I'll use that as the cover. You know what? Facebook, while you're here, you get to see the changing of the numbers here. It's 2 to 4. Now.
Hey, how do you like this one?
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I mean, it's not unflattering. I would say it's unflattering.
That's,
you look good in it. Okay,
That's what I was
changing it
hoping
from
for,
4
actually.
to 5. Congratulations. I don't
Good
know
Good work, Facebook.
Instagram had some weird steal answers. What was that? What was the one they tried to steal the movie one with?
Yeah,
I mean,
like-
Goonies was still on the board and they missed it.
Yeah.
I mean, Goonies. Come on, I just watched that with my kids the other night. It was good.
So the Goonies. Hopefully, I don't offend anybody, but the last time I watched it was with my kids when they were younger, and I got them the DVD. Guys, you're gonna love the Goonies. Bring all your friends over, and they brought all their friends over from the neighborhood. All these little kids coming over to the gospel singer's house, and I watched it, and I totally forgot the scene where they knock the statue of the naked man off the table, and a piece of his anatomy breaks off, and they glue it back on upside down.
It's a great moment.
It's a great moment.
It's a really great moment.
I remember when the piece of the anatomy broke off, the kid goes, "Oh no, that's my mom's favorite part." I was like, "Oh, please don't go home and tell your parents this is what you watch."
Well, it's an education. Everybody needs an education.
So, anyway.
Hey, Jessica, I see people. This is what's going to happen. Thad, you said Goonies does not. Thad Norval says Goonies does not hold up. I just watched it the other night and it was fine.
It's amazing.
It's totally fine. And but there are other people that are saying that they did say Goonies. A lot of people did say Goonies, but it's just like we have to take the answers in the order they come in. So it's a hard job being a Family Feud host. I should remind some of you who are already Patreons that this coming Sunday, February 28th, on my Patreon page, I put videos of new songs, and I have like one time a month where we have like a happy hour that's just for the patrons.
Yeah.
But then on the 28th, we have once a month game night, and that's when I can stop pretending like I want to play music, and I can just play games with people the whole time. So we have game night on Zoom. So that happens at the end of the month for patrons there.
Do people know that you're the game master on tour?
I don't know.
So when we're on tour, when I've been on tour with Andy, Andy's in charge of making the games happen. So he makes oftentimes activities that we would do every day. So
I like my job as the fun facilitator, which really the only requirement is that you be pretty immature, and I've got that down. Well, this ends our backstage. Congratulations again on winning Family Feud. Thanks for you newbies for coming over. And one more round of applause for my buddy Jason Gray.
Oh, thank you. I want to thank my mom. Thank God.
I still haven't stopped. Yeah, I wanted an awkward silence after that.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Anybody else you want to thank? Just your mom and God?
No, that's about. Well, my dad, he was a part of me being here as well. So.
Yeah. Wait. Oh, Steve you know Steve.
Steve who?
Marcy?
Oh, yeah. Love Steve.
He says he's training for game night right now.
Nice.
Steve, you're going to be good at it. I know you are. Anyways, all right, we're leaving. See you guys.